Thank you very much. Well, after listening to Rush my whole teenage years, I finally got to see them live later on. I saw them in Toronto playing on their 30th anniversary tour. And I was blown away by the spectacle of the whole show, but I was also really impressed by the quality of the songs. And I was always told that if you want to play, write a great song, it should be able to be played on an acoustic guitar, just like this one. And that's it, and that's the ultimate test of whether it's a great song or not. There's other things, great compositions maybe, but a great song can be played on an acoustic guitar. So I went home and I tried to do that. And it was complicated. There's shifting time signatures and shifting key signatures, and it was all over the place. And Rush is a band that works really hard. Every member of the band creates a whole wall of sound in their own department. And so my challenge was, how can I expand my use of live looping and sort of weird tunings to try and get this done. And so I set to work on it. About a year later, I kind of had something ready, and I recorded it, and then I went up on a rooftop and I performed it with some friends of mine. I had them set up all these cameras, and I stood just on the edge of the Staircase Theater rooftop. By the way, always ask for forgiveness, not permission, when you're trying to do this stuff. It's the best road. And I was right there on the edge, and the sun was going down. We were losing our light, and we had time to play it basically 3 times. And part of what I did was I used this little dictaphone here to kind of say the name of the song that I was playing, a song called Subdivisions. And I would say it into the dictaphone and then play it back at the appropriate moment. Because if you know that song, there's a moment in the song where there's a low, menacing voice that says, Subdivisions, And that's, I thought, I had to get that across somehow. And so I had this little thing. And so I did that, put it out on YouTube, and kind of forgot about it. Released it on Christmas Eve, 2008. And just as a hot tip there, that's like the worst time to release a video if you're ever trying to do that. But it came out and it started gathering steam, and tens of thousands of people saw it. And eventually Rush saw it. And they asked me if I would come and perform my version of Subdivisions at their induction into the Canadian Songwriters Hall of Fame. So I was like, let me check my schedule and I'll let you know if I can do that. No, of course I did it. And it was both at once an exhilarating and also a harrowing experience to play for your heroes. All the stuff that you see here that took me a half an hour to put together right now, I had 4 minutes to get it all out on stage. And while they showed a little video that said, okay, get the guitar boy on stage, you can play a little song. And so I got out there, and there's a picture. That's me playing at the Hall of Fame. I even put on a tie for this one. And you can't see this in the picture, but my spirit has left my body and is watching me perform from above in this particular instance. And I just remember looking at my hands, trying to do the final flourish of the song, and looking up and seeing everybody on their feet standing. And I had shivers from my toes all the way to the top of my head. And there was my heroes in the box. And I got off stage and I got to meet them backstage. And Alex was super kind and signed my hand, which was nice. He said, I love you, which is very nice, very tender. Then I got a chance to meet the man himself, Mr. Neil Peart. We had a little conversation. He said, thank you for playing Subdivisions the way that you did. He said, I always heard it as a singer-songwriter song. He said, but we're Rush, and we play everything big and anthemic. And so, but thanks for doing that. And, Neil doesn't really talk to people after shows. He kind of gets on a motorcycle and he rides away. So the fact that he talked to me on this occasion was super special to me, and I treasured those words. And so we get to meet, I'm hanging out with the guys and just chatting, and then I had the bright idea. I was like, I'm gonna push my luck here. I'm gonna see if I can get Neil to say one word for me into my handy-dandy dictaphone here. And so he thought that was pretty funny. And then he said this.
Subdivisions.
You can hear me laughing there in the background. We all had a good chuckle about that. And to this day, I bring his voice and his inspiration wherever I go. I didn't expect to lose him, and we all didn't expect to lose him a week ago. He died of glioblastoma, a long 3.5-year fight with that. but he leaves in his wake a legacy of literature and music and profound thought and philosophy for others to investigate and think about. He always gives you something to think about. Dave Grohl said we called him the professor because that's what he was. We were always learning something from him. And so I want to play one final song for all those who miss him, and this is a song that I played on the rooftop. You can see this on YouTube. There'll be a new version of this one coming out in the next few weeks on YouTube as well. But definitely check that out if you get a chance later on. Thanks for listening today, guys. Appreciate it. Sprawling on the fringes of the city in geometric order, an insulated border in between the bright lights and the far unlit unknown. Growing up, it all seems so one-sided. Opinions are provided, the future's pre-decided, detached and subdivided in the mass production zone. Nowhere is the dreamer or the misfit so alone.
Subdivisions.
In the high school halls, in the shopping malls, conform or be cast out. In the basement bars, in the backs of cars, be cool or be cast out.